feminism. The more I've spoken about feminism, the more I have realized that fighting for women's rights has too often become synonymous with man-hating. For the record, feminism, by definition, is the belief that men and women should have equal rights and opportunities. It is the theory of the political, economic, and social equality of the sexes. I decided that I was a feminist, and this seemed uncomplicated to me.
Is going to declaim a speech delivered by who can speak and have voice and people who actually listen. And I think they kind of struggle core with me because I'm a young person, right? And you know, I always say that I would much rather be known for the constant of my character and the kind of person I am than the last project that I did or the last movie that I did.
Social media have the audacity to stand here and tell us that it is going to imitate the entire world. I stand here to bring a different reality. Today, a 25-year-old Indian youth who is 19% malnourished, 33% unemployed, 55% middle mixed by the samples of social media, and 100% in delusion about where the country is going. That is the result of social media, making us focus on Ajit Dalal and Elvis Yadav, where whole of Manipur was burning, making us focus on weddings of millionaires and Ambanis, where millions of them.
It's your job to remove those myths and to get things done. In many ways, we have been critical of and saddened by what has or not has been happened in our country. To great extent, this has been a function of we can't do this or it can't be done. Do not grow with a view that something can't be done. You, in the years ahead, are going to be leaders of this country and shaping the destiny of this country.
I come to you from many thousand miles away as the ambassador of a very ancient country to the youngest nation in the world. It may surprise you that a country which you are taught to regard its representative and ambassador. But if you read the whole history of Indian civilization, you will realize that woman has been the very pivot of its culture, of it all, its inspiration, and on abroad for many centuries to the uttermost parts of the world. Friends of the New World, I arrived only last night, past the Statue of Liberty that stands as the guardian of your freedom at the gateway to a new world. And with the But the question is, do you believe in yourself? Good morning to everyone. This is Mr. Shah of Standard 70, standing before you to declaim a speech given by the great motivational speaker, Muniba Mazari. My dear friends, I want to ask you a question today. Have you ever felt alone in your journey? Have you alone does not mean you are weak. Being alone means you have been given a gift. The gift goal and follow through even in the smallest ways you reach. When you wake from discomfort, when you keep going to proving to yourself that you're capable. These small moments add up, shaping your mindset and strengthening your confidence. Doubt will always try to creep, especially when you're alone. You may find yourself and brothers. Today is a day of great happiness. I am humbled to have been selected for this precious award. This award is not just for me. It is for those forgotten children who want education. It is for those frightened children who want peace and for those voiceless children who want change. We must be able to give every child a quality education. We must work, not wait. Let's become the first generation. Yes, the first generation to decide to be the last.
When I was born in the 50s and 60s didn't belong to girls in India. They belong to boys. They belong to boys who would join businesses and inherit businesses from their parents, while girls were old up to get married. My family in my city and almost in the country was unique. We were 4 of us, not one. Fortunately, no boys. We were 4 girls and no boys, and my family
was a part of a landed property family.
All of these words, for the first time that I ever even knew what it meant, was when I was a little girl. Now, who introduced me to those words? I will tell you. My parents. The first time ever that I knew anything about sustainability, about imbibing sustainable practices, about kindness, about lending a helping hand, about just being better.
Rooted in the American dream, I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its dream. We hold this truth as self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself, nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror that paralyzes our needed efforts to convert retreat into advance. In every dark hour of our nation, our leadership of frankness and of vigor has met with that understanding of people.
I know I always say that I want people to be known for the content of my character and the kind of person that I am. Than the last project that I did, or last movie that I did, or last music that I put out. It's so important what I've learned, and being here tonight is so special to me because I'm around like-minded people and like-minded young people. We are the game changers. We are the ones who are literally changing the game. We are not playing, okay? It's not a game with these millennials, alright? We are here to stay, and we are gonna
Money, hard work that will take it to success. It's through rapping or basketball or being a reality TV star. Chances are you are not going to win those things. The truth is, being successful is hard. You won't love every subject that you study. You won't click with every teacher that you have. Not every homework assignment will seem completely relevant to your life right at this minute.
In the speech given by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru on the occasion of India's independence, long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge. Not wholly or in full measure, but very substantial. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. A moment comes, which comes but rarely in history, when we step out from the old to the new, when an age ends and soul of a nation long suppressed finds utterance. It is fitting that at this solemn moment we take the pledge of dedication and service to India and her people and to the still larger cause of humanity.
There are many countries where millions still suffer from the very old problems of war, poverty, and injustice. We still see conflicts in which innocent people lose their lives and children become orphaned. Why is it that the countries which we call strong are so powerful in creating wars but are so weak in bringing peace? Why is it that making tanks is so easy, but building schools is so hard? Why is it that giving guns is so easy, but giving books is so hard? We're living in modern age and we believe that nothing is impossible. In this 21st century, we must be able to give every child quality education. Some will say this is impractical, or too expensive, or too hard, or maybe even impossible. But this is the time the world thinks bigger. Yes, sisters and brothers, dear fellow children, we all must work, not wait. Not just the politicians and the world leaders, we all need to contribute.
Behind every inspirational picture, there is an untold story of constant pain, persistent effort, and determination. There are some people in the world who fight an unseen battle within themselves 24/7 with a big smile on their face. They never cry, they never grip, they never whine. I call such people warriors because these people know the art of living life. And they are way better than those people who just exist in the world. 6.5 years back,
I met a car accident. The driver slept and the car fell in the ditch. As a result of that incident, I sustained multiple injuries. The list is a bit long, don't get scared. The radius and ulna on my right arm were fractured. Shoulder and collarbone were fractured.
Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, to assure the survival and success of liberty. This much we pledge and more. To those old allies, whose cultural and spiritual origins we share, we pledge the loyalty of faithful friends. United there is little we can do, for we dare not meet a powerful challenge at odds and split asunder. Divided there is little we cannot do in the host of cooperative ventures. To those new states whom we welcome to the ranks of free, we pledge our word that one form of colonial control shall not have passed away, merely to be replaced by a far more iron tyranny.
Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom, and a moment comes, grand in history, when we move from the old to the new, when an age ends and when the soul of a nation, long suppressed, finds utterance. It is fitting that at this solemn moment we take the pledge of dedication to the service of India and her people and for the larger intake cause of humanity. Today we end a period of misfortune and India discovers herself again. The celebration we celebrate is but a step to greater triumphs. Thank you.
From TVs that you can be rich and successful without any hard work, that your ticket to success is through rapping or basketball or being a reality TV star. Chances are you're not going to be any of those things. The truth is, being successful is hard. You won't love every subject that you study. You won't live with every teacher that you have. And you won't necessarily succeed in everything the first time you try. That's okay. Some of the most successful people in the world are the ones who have the most
of Standard 8 is here to declamate the speech of Steve Jobs. My second story is about love and loss. I was lucky. I found what I loved to do in early life. Rose and I started Apple in our parents' garage when I was 20. We worked hard, and in 10 years, Apple had grown from just two of us in a garage into a $2 billion company with over 4,000 employees. We had just released our finest creation, the Macintosh, a year earlier, and I just turned 30. And then I got fired. How can you get fired from a company you started? Well, as Apple grew, we hired
with caring, with passion, with resolve, with commitment, and with determination. That's the easy part. The tough one comes later. The tough part is when you and your dreams cannot be distinguished. When you become the dream of not just your parents or yourself, but a point in a journey. When you become the dream of a nation. When you become the dream of the choices you have made. When your vision echoes in millions of resonating voices from where there's no coming back. You said, be the change that you wish to see in the world. If I were to add my feelings to it, I'd say, be the dream that you wish to see in the world.
We cannot go to school. This must shake our conscience. Girls have been the target of sexual violence and abuse, and they are only limited to the four boundaries of their houses. There is no freedom. But still, there's hope. I'm hopeful the European Parliament will look beyond Europe to the suffering countries where people are still deprived of their basic rights. A powerful country should not be judged by counting its soldiers and navy. but rather we must see which country
Path, whether I recognize it or not. I was walking towards my purpose as a young actress, trying to make my way. Survival figured into the equation, but not so much that I was ever willing to compromise my integrity. Is there will be times when you seemingly face insurmountable obstacles.
When it's possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. In this world, there is room for everyone. And this good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful. But we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned man's soul, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into bloodshed and misery. We have developed speed but have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives us abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness, hard and unkind. We think too much and in you, the people have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power, let us all unite, let us fight to free the world, to avoid hate, with intolerance, with national barriers. Let us fight to free the world, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite.